Today we are analyzing FDR's inaugural address. Here we have the speaker, who is FDR, and he takes on the persona of a concerned citizen who is not ignorant to this current situation. The occasion is the Great Depression, and this is at the beginning of his term as president. The audience is the suffering American citizens. The purpose is to introduce a new wave of change and prosperity, and he also admits problems and offers motivation for change. The tone is helpful and realistic.
Our first chunk is the first two paragraphs right here, and our second chunk is the third and fourth paragraph. And for our third chunk, we chose the fifth paragraph.
Here we start with chunk 1, and we have the what, which is that FDR addresses national issues.
For the how of this, we say that he has very negative connotations for a lot of the words he says. He says unemployed. He says our common difficulties, which also makes him part of the whole and is kind of a personal reference. He also uses families, which is a personal reference. And he uses metaphors like withered leaves to create the imagery that America is really falling apart. He also says only a foolish optimist can deny the dark realities of the moment, which really sticks with the people who are listening to his address.
The why of this chunk is to gain the trust and credibility of the people that he is speaking to. Here we start with chunk number 2, and the what is that FDR says that the problems in America are not unfixable, and he identifies previous failures.
First off, he creates hope and inspires the change and says that it's not unfixable by saying that we are stricken by no plague of locusts, and he also says that nature still offers her bounty. And this really creates negative descriptors of the past and historical references, because it says that people's stubbornness, incompetence, their failure, and that they have abdicated, and also that it was an outworn tradition, which kind of says what he's not going to do and creates hope.
The why of this paragraph is obviously to create hope and motivation for change among the American people. Now we have the third chunk, the what being that he reminds people of the value of hard work.
The way in which he does this is he uses a bunch of cliches and uplifting phrases. One of the phrases he says is that in the joy of achievement, and he also says the moral stimulation of work. He also says that these dark days will be worth all they cost, which is a very cliche thing to say, but it creates the image that if people are reminded of the value of the hard work, then they will be able to succeed.
The why of this chunk is that people love to be reassured and inspiring change, so using the cliches and the uplifting phrases helps do that.
Teach his son some life lessons. His son Robert is living with his
Thank you.
dad